senior year of high school.
Yeah.
Explain how stuff started to spiral out of control.
Senior year of high school, my best friend since 4th grade, a guy killed himself over her rejecting him romantically.
You were upset with him.
Yeah, I was really upset with him, like, because my friend, who was like the most bubbly, energetic, I mean, it just stole her from me. I was mad at him, but I also was very sad, and it was extremely tragic because I knew him, and then it turned into an eating disorder is what happened within 2 months. I just stopped eating. Then by March, a boy that I had liked asked me to prom. And I was so nervous about it and excited that I just didn't eat because I was nervous. And the next day I went to school and someone was like, "You look great. What are you doing?" And I was like, "I didn't eat yesterday, and I'm still kind of like not feeling like eating because I'm so excited about this guy." So I just was like, I'll just keep going. And then it was just like, I didn't eat for so long. It was just, then it just took off.
You lost 60 pounds in 4 months?
I was probably like $155, $50 going into it. And then I got down to like 98 was the last time I checked, like, would avoid scales because it was just so embarrassing. At that point, when you're getting weighed at that level, your parents are mad at you.
It was hard for me to wrap my head around. Just eat. Come on, just eat something. What's so hard about it? You like food, you like this, eat it.
If someone were to hand you a glass of poison and be like, drink that, like, it feels like you will be doing something that will make you so deeply uncomfortable in your body, like it will make you crazy. It'll ruin your life. It's worse than death.
Talking to your sister Lauren, and she said, like, her and your parents almost didn't catch it in time, like almost lost you.
They didn't catch it. It was very obvious. I mean, I looked insane.
And finally it smacked us in the face because educators called and talked to my wife and told her that they thought, and Julie kind of said, no, it's not a problem, and kind of, didn't really put much credence in it. Finally had to, put her in a hospital. And she fought it tooth and nail, and we said, I remember saying, well, this is what happens when you're not going to eat. Somebody else has to take control over you, and you can't be responsible for yourself. And so it was a tough time.
I was hoping to go away to the University of Colorado. July, I'm going in for a physical so I can go to school, just routine. And then my pulse is too low and they won't let me leave. And they're like, well, we know she's about to die, and so if she does, it's on us, so she can't leave. And my mom was like, what do you mean? They're like, she's gonna be taken to a psychiatric ward on, like, a psychiatric center on campus. And I'm just like, what are you like, it was just so confusing. But I was also in that moment kind of like, yes, like someone's like taking this out of my hands because I'm gonna die. Like, there's no other way out of this. I don't know what to do.
And you felt that way at the time?
Oh yeah, I was hoping to, because I don't know if you've ever been hungry, but it's hell. It's like, you don't wanna do anything. I had no friends, I didn't wanna hang out, I had no energy, I would just sleep all day. I was hungry all the time. All I thought about was food. All I watched was the Food Network. Like, I was obsessed with food, couldn't eat it. It's hell. And so every time I would fall asleep, towards the end, I would just pray that I wouldn't wake up, because it was just like, there's just no out. It's like it's a death sentence. And so I was just like, let me die in my sleep. I don't want to keep staying in this prison.
And it would have like negative side effects to you, like physically, right? Like
yeah, I mean, my bones were cracking constantly. Like, I would like squat down and my legs would have no fat here. So my bone would like overextend, and like I was cold all the time. I was completely sexually unattracted to anyone and unattractive to anyone. So I was like, of concern. No one wanted to be my friend. I looked insane. I looked so sick. My hair was falling out. I was so malnourished that, like, zits that I would get as like acne, I would like, and I was like, I had anxiety, so I'd pick and I would have like these open sores. I mean, I'm at college. I'm supposed to be like hooking up with boys, meeting boys. I like boys, but like, I can't hook up with them. Like, I'm frightening without clothes on. But thankfully, because I went to school and had to make friends looking like a skeleton, I had to like develop personality pretty quick. That was like, big, larger than life.
And you would go through these then binge eating.
Well, that turned into that later, when I started eating. Never thought I'd have another eating disorder. Looked down on bulimics, like, they're so gross. Like, they eat, but they have to like throw up. Gross. I'm better than that. And I remember one of my like specialists saying, all of these are connected. You'll probably have each of them if you don't find treatment. And I was like, never will I ever eat too much. Yeah, right. And ultimately, that's what it turns into. I mean, I've had every single eating disorder. So I recovered from anorexia. I start eating again, I start gaining weight, and then I can't stop eating because then it becomes like an obsession with food on the other side. And so I'm finally nourishing myself. My body thinks it's like in starvation mode because it was. I eat too much, got to do something with this, either exercise it off or, throw up.
What got you on the other side of it?
Well, I don't want to say specifically, but just like reaching out for help, like finding a program, like a recovery program, and like committing to it, and then finding out what recovery from an eating disorder looks like, because I cannot skip meals. Then my body goes like, ooh, someone might have lost a little weight right now. Why don't you keep going, see how far you can push this? So now the voice in my head is like, you failed us if you skip a meal. Now it's the other side of things of like, now my challenge is like, I have to do the thing I don't want to do. The hard thing for me now is to eat. And so every day I'm like, yeah, I did a hard thing. And so I flipped it.